There's another concept that when people do wrongdoings, they always blame the shaitan. He divorces, says shaitan. Okay? وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ, he indulges in haram, everything shaitan, shaitan, shaitan. They blame everything on the shaitan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that after the affairs have ended, the issues have ended, when people go into the fire and people go into heavens. Allah has said subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَقَالَ الشَّيْطَانِ لَمَّا قُضِيَ الْأَمْرِ. Shaitan will say, when the affair has ended, people enter into paradise and people enter into hell. Allah tells us what's going to happen. And people roam around the shaitan and they start blaming him and they start accusing him. And Allah tells us what happens. وَقَالَ الشَّيْطَانِ, and the shaitan will say when the affair has ended. Allah has said subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah tells us what the shaitan would say. وَقَالَ الشَّيْطَانِ لَمَّا قُضِيَ الْأَمْرِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ وَعَدَكُمْ وَعْدَ الْحَقِّ. Allah has promised you the promise of truth. Do good, enter into paradise. Do bad, you have no one else to blame but yourself. You do bad, you enter into hell. And Islam, subhanallah, the day of resurrection, there's no such thing, my father is a prophet or my mother is pious. No. Your deeds would lead you to paradise or to hell. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that the shaitan has a khutbah. He gives a khutbah in hell. And he said, إِنَّ اللَّهَ وَعَدَكُمْ وَعْدَ الْحَقِّ. Allah has promised you the promise of truth. وَوَعَدْتُكُمْ فَأَخْلَفْتُكُمْ. And I've promised you, but I've betrayed you. I did not fulfill my promise. And then he said something that I want you to pay attention, my dear respected brothers and sisters. He said, وَمَا كَانَ لِي عَلَيْكُمْ مِنْ سُلْطَانٍ. He said, I have no authority over you. Shaitan says he wants to defend himself. He said, I had no authority over you. إِلَّا أَن دَعَوْتُكُمْ فَاسْتَجَبْتُمْ لِي. Except that I've called you and you've responded to me. That's all. Shaitan tells you, go to the casino. Shaitan tells you, surf the internet for something which is haram. Shaitan tells you to deal in usury. Shaitan tells you to brag and boast because you belong to this country or this country. Shaitan tells you it's through your intelligence and because of you're so smart, you're able to obtain all this wealth. Shaitan sneaks up to you. He said, وَمَا كَانَ لِي عَلَيْكُمْ مِنْ سُلْطَانٍ إِلَّا أَنْ دَعَوْتُكُمْ. I had no authority over you. I have no control over you, except that I've called you and you've responded to me. فَلَا تَلُومُونِي وَلُومُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. Then he said, blame me not. Don't blame me, but blame yourself. Shaitan wants to defend himself. I had no authority over you, except that I've just called you and you've responded to me. Blame me not, but blame yourself.